Well, well, we are back, finally back once again, and we're ready to get the second season of Cubecar finally underway here at Daytona, the world center of racing. And today we've got a lot of action here for you. We've got lots of new faces and some old ones as well, ready to throw hands for a championship this season. Actually, let me pause that again. The greatest spectacle in racing begins tonight, and let's go through your starting lineup for today's race here in Daytona. Third career pole for the 7 of Meloetta, renumbered from the 70 after last season, and the 07 of Hubris, who finished second in the users' points last season by only 7 points, and she's on a good roll for this weekend. Highest starting rookie, the 89 of Whimsicott, starts in third, and Packmobile, best start in quite a while, starts fourth. Then Gun and 70-sider, both no longer eligible for the point. 70-sider is actually returning from the original season 2 from the original server. Row 5? Yes, row 5. I don't know how I already lost count. 2 more rookies, Grimnir Nation in the 66 and Crush Cube in the 24. Cold Steel in the 74 and Sheepmobile in the 30. And row number 6. Row 7, Curb in the 01 and Daisy in the 44. Row 8. Sad Knuckles in the 82, McQueen in the 95. Row 9, Dragonite and Sisyphus. Row 10, Gentle Cat and Hedgerton. Row 11, Galaga and Shadow. Row 12, Igus and Among Us. Row 13, Haruhi and Tram. Row 14, The Cube de Baguette and Space Cube. Row 15, Goob and Pock. Row 16, Klonoa and Spark It Up. Row 17, Rotod U-Haul Truck. Row 18, Gogomobile and Sun Cube. Row 19, Mr. Killen and Mori Jr., then Bowser and Raccoon, our defending series champion, Tosto and Heihachi, and rounding out the field are Traffic Cone and the One Piece, who did not make qualifying but was brought in to substitute for a field filler that I mistakenly put in that had the same number as the 42 of Tram. And 100 laps.
Start your engines!
100 laps here at Daytona to decide who's going to win this championship. Now, I remember last season in Daytona, we only had one crash, and that was when they were coming to pit road. And now, this is probably the tamest super speedway that we have on the schedule. Because really, I don't know what else we can do with this, but I believe today is going to be a great day for an amazing race. Ooh, did not mean to put up that video on my phone. Trying to get chat up real quick. Everyone with a banner on the front end except for Sisyphus, because he's also a championship contender. All those are going for the championship, and the rest without banners are not going for points. And the first race at Daytona is green. Typical super speedway activities here as they stay too wide for the time being. Let's see if anyone will be able to make some moves, as yeah, the typical leader mentality is to stay on the bottom, go to the top, and that's how they shuffle out, and that's how we have so many leaders in these kinds of races, because Daytona really it's not that crazy wide compared to other tracks on the schedule like Talladega and Coca-Cola Super Speedway, but it is a pretty decently sized super speedway. We'll be seeing a lot of passing action in the field, especially for those who have the highest super speedway stats, as Whimsicott in the 89, the rookie, is going to lead the first lap here at Daytona. It's worth less points with this new system. It's only worth 1 point to lead a lap here, but it is still absolutely worth it to lead as many laps as you can. And also have the most laps led bonus, which is still 5 points. But the first of potentially many laps led for this 89, as they were very fast in preseason testing. Almost won the preseason testing race that I did at Chicagoland. But now leading today, as there's already a bit of a 4-cube breakaway starting to form with the 89 of Whimsicott, the 66 of Grimnir Nation, the 47 of Gun, and the 74 of Cold Steel. Let's see how far they can get out ahead. As we can already see some 3 wide action back in the pack between some of the rest of our contenders here. Whimsicott continues to lead though as Packmobile 70-sider looks like Shadow, maybe Hedgerton in the 06. Going 3 wide back there as Packmobile stuck in the middle. In that 23, he really can't go anywhere else. Actually, 70-sider is the only one without help on the top lane. He's not going to get any help. Actually, no, Crush Cube in the 24, and that's going to leave Packmobile without any friends in that middle line. That's not what he needs right now. Really just a war of attrition to get back into a decent lane, as now Packmobile is going to stick to the top lane, as now Sheepmobile in the 30 also sticks to the bottom lane. Actually, no, he does go to the top. Now 3 wide for the 3rd position. Dragonite in the 23 on the bottom, trying to pass both Daisy and Cold Steel. Can he get there in time to try and actually get to the front? Here comes Lightning McQueen, your original Season 1 champion. Trying to make his way up front to win at Daytona. Would be very nice. However, he is a field filler, so he does not count for the championship. But he will still get points. That's how Dogecube won it last season. Dragonite, oh, big block. Aggressive block from the 66. As the 23 of Dragonite tries to go out to the lead. But a lot of guys getting shuffled out back there in the back of the paddock. It's very easy to get shuffled out and fall to the very back of the field, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But Dragonite is going to take the lead. A lot of guys that started in the back are starting to make their way up front because of the inside line. Highly recommended to do something like that here at this track. McQueen doing his best to try and get up front. Dragonite leads his first lap of the race. I'll pull this up. Got our lap count. 100 laps here today at Daytona. It's roughly 50% of the normal race length. Pit window should be around 30 laps. 30, 40 laps should be around that. So expect them to start coming down pit road around that time. Hopefully we don't have another pit road crash like we did last year. So far, a lot of guys making moves early on to try and get up front. A lot of guys getting stuck on the outside lane, mainly our pole sitter Whimsicott. Still doing pretty strong, hanging out in 4th on the top lane, but he's going to have to try and find a way to get to the bottom as fast as he can, so that he can get to the front. Dragonite actually doing a pretty good job at maintaining the lead. Here comes Shadow the Hedgehog in the 3. Now, if you want to talk about 2 bridesmaid contenders this season, you can talk about Shadow and Daisy. Both of those 2 had pretty good runs in some races last season, but just had bad luck after bad luck race after bad luck race, or crash, or an engine failure, or something like that. And sometimes even finished 2nd or 3rd in the races they were in. And neither of them had went to victory lane at all last season, but both of them are returning. Same stats as last season, so expect them to do good at the tracks they did good at last season. '19 of Igus also making her way up in the top 10. Slight redesign on that cube for this season. Sun Cube in the 56 also trying to make his way up, as here comes Shadow trying to get into the top 3. Shadow getting that draft off of the 66 of Grimnir Nation. Dragonite, oh, holding off that 66 for a little bit as McQueen almost wrecks himself off of the front end of Sheepmobiles. Now Shadow pushes the 66 up the track, and here he comes for the lead. There's Mr. Kill at the back of the pack, just chilling. Honestly, it's a pretty normal strategy to hang out in the back, especially if there's a wreck or something that causes a bunch of people to be scattered across the track. It's better to be able to react to something like that. It's either better to be at the front at a super speedway or at the back. You never want to be in the middle, because then you will die, and that is not optimal. As they're going 3 wide again back here, as Suncube in the 56, with help from Gentle Cat in the 71 and Packmobile in the 97, 2 rookies and a veteran. Packmobile, another cube that went winless, but also had much poorer results than Shadow and Daisy did last season. Finished lower than both of them did in points. The Shatemobile almost went winless last season as well, but he ended up winning, dominating the race at Nazareth last season. However, that track is gone from the schedule this season, so he's going to have to find a new track to dominate at this year's. Here we go. We got Sonic Adventure 2 going on right here. Suncube in the 56 and Shadow in the 3. Where's Pac when you need him? He's way back in the back. You could just barely see him in that shot right there. But Dragonite continues to lead here at Daytona. We are officially 1/3 of the way through this pit cycle. As anyone else, there's Le Cube de Baguettes in the 60. Making some moves. Another field filler in the top 10. There's Goob in the 00 also trying to make some moves as well. Raccoon in the 45. Your defending series champion. Technically, you're defending series champion according to points, but he's doing his best to actually retain that title. There's Amugas in the 51 trying to make a move on the inside, and there's the 93 of the One Piece. Like I said, did not attempt a qualifying lap because I mistakenly left another field filler in. That was the 42 Jinx, who attempted last season, but the One Piece is making his first start since the original season 2 as Suncube makes a good block onto the 95 of Lightning McQueen, and he's going to stay in 4th. Gentle Cat in the 71 trying to find a way to get past Dragonite for the lead, but Dragonite is blocking like hell right now trying to stay out front. Suncube and Baguette, and a big run from Raccoon in the 45. He's going to try and get in the top 5. There's Haruhi in the 55 as well, and Heihachi in the 34, who started way out back. And the 93 of the One Piece, who started last, is making his way up the field now. And one thing that these contenders have got to watch out for in comparison to last season is the engine failures, because those are always a problem, especially at a track like this. Remember at Talladega where Gunn blew an engine and wrecked about half the field. And Suncube passing Dragonite for the lead. New leader, and it's going to be Mayo's entry, the 56 of Suncube, taking the lead early out here at Daytona. And then Le Cube de Baguette, highest running field filler as of right now. There's Goob in the 00, Haruhi in the 55. Trying to also make some moves. There's Crush Cube now on the bottom. And I couldn't tell who was behind 70-sider. That is Road Toad in the 96. Haven't seen him up front all day, but all the cubes on the bottom now trying to get a chance to take the lead and get a bonus point. Even though the leading a lap is less bonus points overall, having them there's more points awarded overall for finishing position than there was last season because of the new point system. Suncube continues to lead Dragonite now on the outside lane, so he's eventually going to get shuffled out towards the back, as there's Daisy in the 44 way back there, who was up front, but now, like I said, got shuffled out, and now 56 will lead a lap, or second lap. Heihachi now in the top 5, passes the cube to Baguette, and here comes Goop for the lead. On the bottom lane, can he get it? Looks like he will, and now Crush Cube in the 24, Heihachi as well. Gonna go to the bottom and try and maybe have a chance to lead a lap. Goob will lead that lap. Another new leader in this race. That's the fun of these super speedway races, is that you can get a lot of people to lead laps early on and do a good job. Our fastest lap of the race goes to Tosto in the 17. A 47.104 is our fastest lap of the race, but that could change at any time. As Heihachi makes a 3-wide pass for second, he's going to get it here. Is now the one piece in the 93 and 70-sider right behind. There's Road Toad in the 96 and Klonoa in the 90 or the 79 on the bottom lane. And then behind them, Bowser, Hubris, and Air Traffic Cone. So a lot of guys that started out back also making their way up front. Everyone's getting shuffled around. Oh, wow. The one piece almost made it a 3-way battle for the lead. But now Heihachi taking the lead here at Daytona. I don't know if Salmon is online. They will be elated to know. Oh, hold on. Let me undeafen real quick. I forgot I was deafened.
No, that's okay.
I was just commentating the whole time, and I didn't even realize that someone even joined.
Oh, I just now joined. I wanted to check to see. I saw you were online, and it's the time.
Yeah, this is the first real race of the season.
I'm not doing too bad. What the heck?
Yeah, you're in the top 5.
Somehow, magically.
Yeah, that's what the thing is about these super speedways, is that you'll get shuffled out and you'll get sent to the back, and then you'll magically find your way back up to the front. But right now, the 34 of Heihachi, who started way in the back, started around 40th, has made his way to the lead, and he is our 6th or 7th different leader in this race so far, as this is the field filler of 70-sider trying to go for the lead as well. And there's Road Toad taking the top lane. That may not be all too wise right now, but maybe the best option considering pit stops will happen in a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, the pit window should be around lap 30. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be close, but the 34, Heihachi, will lead that lap once again. Let me switch back to my ticker on my other monitor real quick. Ooh, Heihachi. Oh, they're going to make it 3-wide for second. Here comes Crush Cube in the 24 with help from Bowser. 2 rookies looking to make some early impressions this season by getting a win. Unlike last season where wins mattered to get yourselves into the playoffs, there are no playoffs this season because we don't have enough races to do it. So now you just have to be consistent. That's how you win championships now. There's no more gimmicks, which is nice. And there is your regular season champion from last year, the 07 of Hubris, looking to get redemption after losing the championship itself by 7 points to the 45 of Raccoon, who is further back in the field, but still doing strong. There's Mr. Kill in the 21, who I mentioned earlier. Now trying to make his way up front. 3 wide again. Oh my god. Air Traffic Cone almost just murdered Hubris in cold daylight. And that's 22. Another decently running field filler so far. Now Bowser in the 85 looking to try and take the lead away from Heihachi, but he's got no help. He'll have to get a little bit of draft off of the 34 to try to take it away. There's Grimnir Nation, the 66, who is up front at the start of this race. Back up front again. And our pole sitter, the 89 of Whimsicott, is further back now. Still trying to find a way to actually start passing people again. But a lot of guys just struggling to get back on the bottom lane. Heihachi continues to lead, but now the 66 trying to chase down our leader. Except this time he's chasing down a different leader. And there's Curb in the 01, Tram in the 42, and Mr. Kill all looking to make some moves as well. Air Traffic Cone, again, making aggressive moves. Oh, almost 4 wide there for air traffic cone. He tried, but he's not gonna force him 4 wide into turn 3. Heihachi continuing to lead. The most laps led is still 8 by the 23 of Dragonite, but he has fallen back to the top 20. And if Heihachi continues to keep it up, he will lead more laps than Dragonite will, but it's all a matter of how many people can lead laps. There's Sad Knuckles trying to make his way up to the top 10. Hasn't been up here all day. Neither has, what is that behind him? It's Haruhi. And there's Spark It Up, who also has not made it up there. And there's the 93 of the One Piece. The One Piece is real. Tram in the 42, trying to make a run for the lead off of Heihachi. Not too far off from our first round of green flag pit stops. Should be around lap 30, but I remember last season, whenever they tried to pit here, they all ended up wrecking, so hopefully that's not the case this time. And that was our only wreck here last season, as we didn't have any big ones, or any major crashes. Sad Knuckles in the 82, though, trying to make a run for the lead. But Heihachi seems to be the guy in charge right now. Doing the best he can to lead more laps than Dragonite did. And well, in the back, most of our field fillers are just lurking back here, besides some guys that have not been on the bottom lane. But now that everyone's shuffling out again, being on the bottom lane might actually be good if you're coming to pit road soon. So all these guys will be at a decent advantage. Heihachi continues to lead, but here comes Haruhi in the 55. She's got no help, though, so she's going to have to rely on someone to get behind her and give her some draft. Or draft off of the 34, but Heihachi doing an amazing job at staying out front for now, as they're 3 wide in the back of the pack with Pac-Mobile and Among Us in the middle line. Actually, now it's just the 51 of Among Us. He's just kind of stuck there. And if in the original Season 1, which is actually still on the channel, or the highlights of that are, not the full replay, but Air Traffic Cone, I remember, lost an engine in the lead pack and took out a bunch of the leaders in that race, so hopefully that does not happen here today, as engine failures at a track like this can still happen, as that's what happened to the 97 of Pac-Mobile last season. Just gonna def again real quick. And let me get back to my ticker. Running pretty good for about only 20 minutes in. And there's the 7 of Melawada, who won the test race that I did at Chicagoland, even though that is a completely different track layout than Daytona. She was the fastest in round 3 of qualifying, so that's how she got pole position. Now she's back up trying to go for the lead. And there is the winner of this race last season, the 16 of Galaga, previously known as the Racer. Got a name change for 2024, and is now looking to draft off of the 26 of the 26-foot U-Haul. Another veteran from the original Season 1 coming back as a field filler. Trust me, you don't want to run to the back of that thing for sure. You just get swallowed right up into the back of the truck. And there's Dragonite coming back at it once again. Also Mr. Killin' Raccoon. But if Galaga could win this race and become the first multi-time track winner in this series history, that would be something special for sure. Mr. Kill now makes it into the top 5 as Galaga gets a run from Dragonite, who's going to abandon him in the draft, and they're going to go 3 wide for second. Who's Mr. Kill going to go with? He's going to go to the middle as Heihachi goes down to block the bottom. Is that going to be the wisest choice? Maybe it will be, as U-Haul gets left out to dry with no help. And cuts right in front of the 7 of Milliwetta, and once again, they're back to 2 wide. Dragonite trying to lead more laps here, as he's the only one that could probably get past Heihachi. He's got a little bit of momentum going into turn 1. He's going to go for it, and he's going to get it now. He will. And now he's got to lead more laps than Heihachi has now. Now Mr. Kill in the 21 trying to go for the lead. He's got some help from the 45 of Raccoon, but Dragonite is already pretty decently far out. Can Mr. Kill get to the bottom in time? He can. It looks like Mr. Kill's going to take the lead away from Dragonite before Dragonite could even lead another lap. A 70-sider in the 70 up top. Out of line there. Going 3 wide with Air Traffic Cone and Daisy. Oh, but Mr. Kill's going to go to the top. Can he get back to the bottom in time? He will. And he will lead his first lap in this race. But now we're getting very close to green flag pit stops. Dragonite goes to the bottom again, almost gets into the 45 of Raccoon and almost turned him around, but he saves it, and he's going to be forced up to the middle lane. Suncube, and oh, some people are committing to pit road already. Daisy in the 44. 70-sider in the 70 also committing down pit road. And this time they did not wreck, so it will not be a repeat of last year, but already our first takers on the pit road here is Among Us, the Cube to Baguette, Haruhi, Daisy, and 70-sider, all our first 5 to come down pit road here at lap 31. So the pack has been split up a little bit, but now let's see who comes down pit road next. Looks like U-Haul, a bunch of people in the inside line are committing. U-Haul's going in, so is Air Traffic Cone, Pawk, Klonoa, Shadow, the One Piece, Tram, Whimsicott, Crush Cube, Gentle Cat, and Packmobile all committing this time. And everyone else just trying to make their way around and hopefully hope for no cautions, because that would be bad for them. As Mr. Kill continues to lead, Suncube gets washed up the track by the 23 of Dragonite. As what's he going to do here? Is he going to pit? Yes, he is going to pit. Everyone except for Sad Knuckles and Space Cube will pit. It looks like Sad Knuckles is going to lead a lap. It looks like he will. So he's going to lead the lap here. These two are the only 2 that have not pitted yet. Suncube, Dragonite, Heihachi, Toasto, Mellowutta, Go-Go-Mobile, Grimnir Nation, McQueen, Galaga, Igus, Sheepmobile, Spark It Up, Hubris, Cold Steel, Road Toad, Hedgerton, Raccoon. Basically everyone else except for those 2 that have not pitted yet are now on pit road. So things are going to start bunching up again real soon after those 2 goobers pit. And they are both coming to pit road this time by. Now, this is a dynamic duo right here. Shadow and Pot going at it. Although Shadow can laugh in his face because he's actually going for the championship. And a bunch of guys that just came off of pit road, short pitted. The ones that didn't short pit are now all coming off now, and they're all going to be pretty slow, but they'll start bunching up again if they have a caution or if they... It looks like Sisyphus is going to be our leader. Maybe. Actually, it might be Mr. Kill again. Oh no, Sisyphus is the only one to not pit yet, so he's going to come down pit road now. It looks like Mr. Kill is going to be all alone, but it won't be long until this little pack of cars right here will catch up to him, and this big pack behind them. Well, actually, our leader is still Sisyphus, but now these guys have got to get around both Space Cube and Sad Knuckles. Actually, that might have been a great play for Sad Knuckles. Well, if he gets up the speed in time, he might actually stay in the top 10, but it's not looking too good for that 82. He might get passed here by the 21 of Mr. Kill. But that may have been actually a genius play to pit as late as possible. And now he is up to speed, so we're almost up to speed. Any problems? Nope. Doesn't look like any so far. We are still gaming. Sisyphus now comes off of pit road. And the 00 of Goob still had not pitted yet, but now he's coming down pit road. I believe he's out of fuel. No, maybe not. Maybe he's not out of fuel. Now Sisyphus is coming back in again. Oh, uh-oh. Did he get black flagged? I think he did get black flagged. Oh yeah, I think he did get black flagged. No, he's getting right rear tires? He must have gotten damage. Interesting. So now, this is the lead pack. I believe Suncube will be the leader next time by after Goob gets done on pit road, which I believe he just did. So Suncube will lead, and this lead pack consists of Suncube, Haruhi, Heihachi, Gun, Mr. Kill, Raccoon, Dragonite, Sad Knuckles, and U-Haul. 2 field fillers in this group. Toasto and Space Cube drafting together. Then this big pack right here, led by Klonoa in the 79. How long did? It only took 15 seconds on pit road. It's out. He's still in, or he's still on pit road. But now, unfortunately, the 08 of Sisyphus, after pitting again, is now 1 lap down, so he needs a caution potentially to be able to get it back. So Suncube will lead this lap. Lead his 3rd of the day, but Heihachi and Dragonite, 2 of our most dominant cubes so far in this race, looking to make their way up. .74 of Cold Steel's on pit road as well. He might have actually gotten damage on pit road because it says he pitted for damage repair, so that is very interesting indeed. Raccoon, Dragonite, Heihachi. Oh, Raccoon is actually trying to go for the lead. Can he get it here? Looks like U-Haul's losing the draft here. He's a little bit slower than this pack. I think he actually is losing the draft, but these guys, for sure. They were 5 seconds back when the leaders crossed the line last time, and this time, how far back are they? They gained a 10th, so they're still gaining on our leaders because they are technically a bigger pack of cars. So they should catch up with them very quickly. But Sisyphus is now 4 laps down. I believe he's actually still on pit road. Yeah, he's got a problem for sure. Let's see if he did have a problem. So he's pitting for tires. Interesting. No alert on the chat box. So he definitely had a problem, but I don't know what it is now. But Raccoon is now our new leader for the first lap led today for the 45, but Suncube has a bit of a run, but he's not going to get there in time. And meanwhile, this second pack right here, now led by Shadow, is now 4.9 seconds back, so they are gaining. So we are going to have a proper lead pack pretty soon. Heihachi and Suncube just kind of chilling right now. They already got one field filler out, now they just got a draft gun out of there, and they'll be golden. Now Sisyphus is off of pit road. He does not retire, but he definitely took a very long time to get out of there. And the Shadow group actually lost time because now him, Klonoa, and Crush Cube have all made a 3-cube breakaway ahead of our leaders. Are they faster though? No, I don't think they are. Well, they are a little faster, which is very strange. I know these guys are struggling to figure out what they want to do. Raccoon looking to defend his championship in a very quick way. After leading here today. And Gunn in the 47 also came close to winning races last season, but never ended up doing that. Even though he's a field filler, he still got a lot of time. Oh, excuse me. But now he's trying to go for the lead and lead a lap here. He's got help from the Dragonite a little bit. Oh, Sisyphus back on pit road again. Something's definitely up with that 08. He keeps taking right side tires, so something is definitely wrong with that cube. Catching up to the lap cube of Cold Steel, running 41st and 1 lap down. Might actually go 2 laps down when these guys catch up. But now these guys are starting to break away from Klonoa and Crush Cube. And these two are technically faster in the draft together, this big pack. When they stop messing with each other, we'll get up there and try and get to our leaders before anything else happens. Is the stream down? Hold on. I think the stream might be down. Nope, the stream is not down. It's just lagging on my phone's end for some reason. Don't know why I was doing that. Now catching up to the lap car of Cold Steel. What are they going to do with him in the pack now? Is they're going to slow them down? He's definitely going to slow them down quite a bit. As these guys... Oh, this pack has swallowed up the 3 of Klonoa, Shadow, and Crush Cube and have now integrated them into their lead pack. And how... Ooh, they didn't really gain that much that time. But they are going to be close. They just need more time to catch up to these leaders. since Cold Steel has basically been integrated into this pack. These guys look like they're actively catching up. They're 186 on the straight. These guys are 187. Sisyphus still on pit road, so definitely some problems with that 08 for sure. I don't know why he's having. It's not showing up in the chat log. I have no idea why. The 08 is continuing to have problems on pit road, but he's been stuck there for quite a while now. But now Haruhi, Raccoon, Dragonite, Suncube, and Mr. Kill. All rookies except for our champion in the top 5. And now our champion's going to go for a pass. Can he get... He's definitely going to get past Haruhi, or what am I saying? But now, we're almost at halfway. At lap 50, at least, we'll be at halfway, so... Ooh. Oh, it's just Sisyphus coming off the pit road again. Who knows, he might actually end up pitting again after that. Raccoon staying out front. Leads, I believe, his 5th lap of the race. And Heihachi still has the most laps led. Yes, we do have a Cold Steel cube. He is right here. We have Sonic, we have Shadow, and now we have Cold Steel. This is the plot of Sonic Adventure 3. And we have Knuckles. So we have 4 Sonic characters on this roster. There's real Sonic. Right now, this lead pack is trying to iron their way out to the next round of pit stops, but then this lead pack back here is a lot stronger. Well, no, they're not even fast compared to the rest of the field because they're just all over the place trying to figure out where they want to go. But we have had no cautions yet so far in this race. They are currently... We're driving pretty clean. Daytona is probably the cleanest super speedway we have on the schedule. I don't have any wood to knock on, so I may have just cursed this race. And we've had no engine failures so far either, so that's a first. I don't know how long we've gotten without having any engine failures, but now catching up to Goob, the next cube they have to put a lap down. And after that, a 4 breakaway of Amori Jr. Sheepmobile, Spark It Up, and Curb. And these 2 goobers running together, and then this little pack of them right here, including our Pulsator, Meloetta, and then this big pack right here, big pack of cubes. Check something real quick. All right, now just back to the ticker. No DNFs either in this race. How many new cubes? We have a lot of new ones. A lot of new full-time cubes and a lot of rookies too. All the late, so Sun Cube is new, Mr. Kill is new, Cold Steel is new, Goob is new, Dragonite is new, Haruhi is new, Heihachi is new, Sad Knuckles is new, Bowser, Pawk, Amogus, a different Amogus from last season's one. Tram, Klonoa, Crush Cube, 70-Sider, Traffic Cone, Space Cube, the One Piece, Hedgerton, Toasto, Baguette, Whimsicott, Road Toad, Gentle Cat, U-Haul Truck, Golgomobile, Grimnir Nation, Spark It Up, Sisyphus, and Curb. All of those cubes are new for this season. Some returning veterans and some interesting returning veterans as well as field fillers. All the cubes without a banner except for Sisyphus, because I forgot to put a banner on him. All the cubes without banners are field fillers, so if they get points, they will not count towards a championship. I mean, they'll still get points, but it won't count towards a title because they are not assigned to anyone in particular. Right now, our 2 most dominant cubes of the race so far have been Heihachi in the 34 and Dragonite in the 23, both in this lead pack, trying to get as far away from the Swarm as possible. As now Shadow is leading the swarm once again with help from the 11 of Pac, and here comes Pac-Mobile, who is trying to get the top 10. Who was in 10th that lap? Oh, it was Bowser. So Shadow leading this pack. He actually did pretty good in the test race that I did at Chicagoland. Yeah, the gun does not have a label because he is a field filler. But everyone else that does have a label is competing for a championship and for a grand prize of a Steam game funded by me. And there's your defending series champion in this lead pack. Did I just hear tire squealing? No, that's probably just my imagination. We are still no cautions in this race so far, which is a miracle at a track like this. But then again, the way they race here, it makes sense that there are no cautions. Gun is actually taking the lead away from Dragonite. Actually, no, Haruhi has fallen back all the way to 4th, as they now are getting to the lap cube of Goob in the 00, who I apparently learned is a Karts R Us like lore character, and I had no idea who Goob was whenever they signed up, or whoever first signed up. I forget who it was that signed up with Goob. But they signed up, and I was like, who is this guy? And then I see it artwork by Sam, and it's like a bunch of his sketches, and Goob was on there, and I was like, huh. I guess he's just like a reoccurring character in the Karts R Us lore. Although I wasn't too terribly active in that server before now, so that's probably why I wouldn't know. But our real leader in this pack is looking to be the 55 once again, if Haruhi can get back out front and lead in this event. Heihachi in the 34 as well, trying to make some moves. So is Raccoon. And Sad Knuckles has been sad. He's just trying to find his way to get into the draft and get up front, but it looks like he's actually losing the draft quite a bit. This pack of cubes is still catching them by a little bit, and Shadow, the leader of that pack, gained about 0.04 of a second that time. But I don't think they're going to be gaining enough in time before the second round of pit stops. So it's only a matter of time until then as well, which will probably be around lap 64 or 66. Because they started pitting around lap 31, which is sooner than they pitted last time, which is interesting. Now trying to get around the 00 of Goob to put him a lap down. And it looks like Haruhi is going to do that this time. Mr. Kill going for 3rd, and he will get it as he gets past Heihachi. Haruhi goes up to block the 00 of Goob, then goes back down to block Raccoon. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those submissions in this lead pack are from CGB. So a good little pack of, actually only one veteran that is running for the championship in this pack that is labeled. Everyone else is a rookie except for Gun. And then this big group right here has a bunch of veterans and a bunch of rookies. While we're at it, let's go over the Actually, I believe the only race winning veteran we have in the pack that's a field filler is the 70 of 70-sider. He won at, oh god, it's been so long ago since the original Season 2, I can't even remember what race he won. I think it was Kansas? I'll have to go look. I don't even know where my points spreadsheet is for that season. That was a while ago, and that was in a completely different Discord server entirely, so. Mr. Kill in the 21, though. I don't believe he has led a lap in this race. Actually, no, he has. He led under the green flag pit stop sequence. But right now, my picks for this season that I think are going to do pretty well are the 3 of Shadow and the 44 of Daisy. Both of them were very good in the test race, did very good in the ratings testing as well that I did earlier today at a short track. That was at Martinsville, which is a track that will be on the schedule, unlike Chicagoland, which will not be on the schedule this year. But both of those two had a lot of promise, had a lot of overall good average speed on the tracks that we are running at this season, some of the track types. So watch out for Shadow and Daisy especially, who actually did both get suspended in the same race, I believe. Actually, no. Shadow got suspended at Michigan. Daisy got suspended at Pigs Creek. So we've got a 3-wide battle right here between Tram, the One Piece, and 70-sider. As now the One Piece and Space Cube get sucked up to the outside lane. Crush Cube in the 24 also trying to make some headway. But these guys are still catching up to our leaders. I just don't think they're going to be able to get to our lead pack before pit stops begin again. But now Kalinoa moves to second in this pack, followed by Amugas and Packmobile. And the funniest thing about Cold Steel's tag is that it looks like he's actually saying his tag. He's like, Cold Steel, American flag emoji. Nothing personnel, kid. But Heihachi has taken the lead away once again, ahead of Gun and Suncube. And he's actually got a bit of a buffer. Actually, he's sandwiched by 2 lap cars right now. Both Cold Steel and Goop. Actually, Goop is still on the lead lap, but Cold Steel isn't. So if a caution were to come out right now, no! Problems for the 24 of Crush Cube. Engine failure. And just like that, things can change. And that actually split up the pack a little bit because he was in this big pack. That's going to cause him to slow down quite a bit. That separated Daisy, Traffic Cone, and Toasto. Looks like he's going to make it back to pit road, but I believe that'll be your last place finisher for this race. Unfortunate for Crush Cube, as he'll be our first mechanical failure of this race. I believe this is around the time that Packmobile lost his engine too in the race last season, so. But that's an unfortunate end to the race for the 24. Yeah, cutting through the grass. Off-roading it. And he crushed his engine. It's so Jover. Unfortunately, I don't think Bladesinger is online, so I don't think he'd be able to tell. Which may be a good thing. Oh shit, he is online. If he does tune in this stream, he's gonna be sad. Oh no. He is slowly making his way around to pit road, as now Sisyphus will no longer be the last place runner. 26 of U-Haul is in for damage repair, but also for tires and fuel. Oh, wait, these are green flag pit stops. Haruhi is in, 70-Sider is in, so is Among Us. Anyone else coming down on this lap? Yes, Whimsicott is in as well. So those are our first takers for green flag pit stops here at Daytona. Yeah, he'll figure out when to piss the results at the end of the race, so. Or after the race is done, so. But those are our first takers for green flag pit stops here. Haruhi was in the lead pack, so let's see if she'll actually be able to stay there by the time everyone rolls around. Anyone coming down this time? No, no one in this pack is coming in. Shadow and Tram are coming in together. So is the One Piece. It looks like the pit stops here are going to be a bit more staggered than it was last time, because we haven't had a caution since then, so they're allowed to play with their strategy a little bit more with how much they've been drafting. Now Daisy is in. I didn't see who was with her. It was Air Traffic Cone. There's Road Toad. Sheetmobile also on pit road. He's been stuck in the back, so hopefully these pit stops can get him back up front, because considering he pitted early. Almost a collision between Sheetmobile and Tram on pit road. That would have been bad, but not as bad as what happened to him last year on pit road here, that's for sure. Mr. Kill, Sad Knuckles, and Gun all pitting in this pack. Bowser's pitting, Klonoa's pitting. Packmobile as well, so is Le Cube de Baguette. Looks like Agus is pitting, so is Gentle Cat. I'm just going to say that Dumb Cat from last season canonically evolved into the 71 of Gentle Cat. That's just character development. And this little trio right here of Spark It Up, Omori Jr., and Curb all coming in. The reason why, I thought it would be really funny to leave in Omori Jr. as a field filler, but not Omori Sr. Oh, problems for the 42. Fuel system damage for Tram. He has to go down the bottom lane. He's going to have to come back to pit road. So another rookie. Oh my god, I just realized. The 24 and the 42 have both had mechanical failures in this race. Ain't that something? But it's not often that you see fuel system damage. Oh, back her down, back her down, back her down. Don't run into him. Oh my god. Very close call for the defending winner of this race, the 16 of Galaga. Meluetta and Hubris are also in. I believe Go-Go Mobile has yet to pit. Hawk is in as well, so is Grimnir Nation and McQueen and Suncube and Space Cube, all getting tires and fuel here. Yeah, character development. I mean, last season we did have a little bit of character development with a rivalry between Daisy and Hee Hee Ha, and a rivalry between Hubris and Raccoon. Wonder which rivalries we'll get this time. Hedgerton is now on pit road, so is Dragonite and Heihachi, two of our most dominant cubes this season, pitting very late into this cycle. Anyone else coming in? Doesn't look like it. I believe Cold Steel, Goob, and Sisyphus still have yet to pit. Yeah. Yeah, because Goob is a 13th now, and he definitely won't be keeping that for very long. But it'll be a couple of laps until we can see what the real... Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if some of these guys are pitting late, that means they can probably make it to the end on fuel. No. I don't think that's going to be the case. If we have having a fuel mileage finish at a super speedway is like a 1 in a million chance. I doubt it'll happen, but it's possible. When we get to Martinsville, I hope we get a wall ride. That'd be funny, so I can make the joke. Take a look at what he did. I have never seen anything like that in my life. If we do get a wall ride at some point in this season, I'm just gonna edit the VOD to have Freebird solo playing in the background. But our new leader, after the round of green flag pit stop... Oh my god, it's Dragonite and Heihachi 1-2. At least I think it is. No. It's Goob. Oh, because he pitted earlier. Or did he pit earlier? I don't know. I forget. But he's your leader. And second is the 47 of Gun. He's all by himself. Yeah, Goob still has yet to pit because he pitted very late on that first set of pit stops. So then Heihachi, Suncube, Sad Knuckles. This is basically the same pack as last time, except it's smaller. Packmobile is actually up to 9th, so Bowser's in the top 10 as well. Klonoa, McQueen. Actually, McQueen and Pot gained a bunch of spots too. And now this pack is starting to form up, but the biggest loser of that exchange is probably Haruhi, as she has lost the lead pack and has fallen back quite a bit. Same with Amugus. And now Goob comes down pit road, and our new leader is Gun, but they are catching up to him really quick. And Hedgerton actually now has the new fastest lap of the race, a 47.064. We got another message. It's probably the 00 on pit road. Yes, it is. So actually, I think Goob... no. He's not going to make it to the end on fuel. I don't see it happening. If he does, that would be the most clutch win. I believe they can make it to the end without a yellow flag. We just need someone to not stall on the apron, or someone to not have an engine failure and just like wipe out everybody. What a run by Packmobile there to catch up to the field. He is now within this lead pack. It looks like Bowser might actually get up there as well. And then there's this second pack right here. But Suncube is now your leader. So you got Suncube here owned by Mayo, then Raccoon owned by Titan, Mr. Kill owned by Ahmed, then Dragonite owned by Dragonite, Packmobile owned by Little Pack, then Sad Knuckles owned by Tim Sanity, then Heihachi owned by Salmon, then Bowser replacing Blood Clot from Red's entry last season. And right now, Bowser's doing a pretty good job in his rookie race. But these guys are 185 in the corner, they're 184, so maybe we could have a much bigger pack. Maybe not. They still got one more. Oh, Cold Steel's on pit road. They still got one more round of pit stops left, I believe. Unless we get a caution. Is Sisyphus still on pit road? I think he is. No, he's not. Never mind. Uh-oh. It's Cole's still on pit road. Never mind. We're good. Every time I see that chat message thing flashing, I get war flashbacks, basically. Also, hi, Red. Bowser's in the top 10. He is gaming right now. But there's still one pit cycle left around lap 90 before the end of this race. I believe the only one of this pack that I think can make it to the end on fuel is the 00 Goob, considering he pitted so late. But he's a lap down now, so even if he did get back out front, I don't think the game would register him as being on... Oh, maybe it would. Maybe it would register him as being on the lead lap, but he can potentially steal a win here if he manages to stretch it to the end on fuel. So now Cold Steel coming off of pit road in the 74. Thankfully, this track does not allow you to LePage the field, just like unlike a certain other track that has been removed from the schedule. Pigs Creek. Unfortunately, but we did get a couple of good super speedway races like Pensacola and Coca-Cola, haha, to replace Pigs Creek. Very excited for both of those races. Looks like Packmobile is going to lead his first lap of the race. Now catching up to a bunch of lap cars, actually. Sisyphus, U-Haul, Go-Go-Mobile, and Grimnir Nation. And Packmobile right now having the run of his life. And you know what's funny? Mr. Kill in the 21 has led more laps in this race alone than Sands Club in the 21 did all of last season. Sands Club led 0 laps last season, and Mr. Kill has led 4, so you can already tell he's going to be a better driver of the number 21 than Sands Club was. But now Packmobile has to deal with the problem of getting past all these lap cars as they're going to be integrated into the pack. Because they are technically still on pace with the leaders. And now Heihachi makes a very bold move to the bottom, but he's going to get blocked by the 66. And Packmobile's going to lose all his momentum on the top lane. Actually, Dyar just ran a race at this track, and apparently it was pretty goofy. But now these guys have been slowed down by the 66, and that's going to allow Packmobile to get a little bit of a breakaway ahead of the rest of the pack. And they're going to be slowed down again by the 13 of Go-Go-Mobile, but Heihachi not having any of his shit. Not too far back is the 71 or the 79 of Klonoa. They're only 6 seconds back now, actually. Are they? Yeah, they're still 6 seconds back, but who knows if they'll actually be able to win off of pit strategy. Yeah, the big thing that these leaders need right now to all be in contention for victory is no cautions. They need no wrecks, no engine failures on the middle of the track, just a completely green race. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have held the opener in Rio. That would have been a lot more funny. And now Sisyphus coming back on the pit road once again, having even more problems in this race. So definitely something wrong with that cube. But now Tram on the 42 actually up to... Actually, no, never mind. He's a lap down. I was about to say he's up to second, but no, that's not the case. Sisyphus taking tires once again, and he's going to fall. But now Crush Cube is officially taking the last place spot because Sisyphus was 11 laps down from just taking pit stops over and over again. And looks like he's going to lose another lap. Sun Cube and Heihachi side drafting here as here comes Dragonite and Mr. Kill in this lead pack. There's Gun, there's Raccoon. Actually, Gun, yeah, he is in the lead pack. Actually, they got around the lap cubes pretty well. The only two have not gotten around them yet are Sad Knuckles and Bowser, but I believe these two will be able to draft off of each other to get up there, so this probably won't be as much of an issue for them. Let's see if Packmobile can actually... Well, it's going to be very hard for him to keep his lead after the next round of pit stop because everyone else is going to have different strategies. And some may potentially make it to the end without having to pit, so... But now coming up to the lap cube of Sisyphus in the 08. Dragonite in the 23. Trying to do his best to lead more laps than... Actually, Suncube has actually led a decent amount of laps as well. He's led 11. Dragonite has led 10, and Heihachi has led 13. So this is still a pretty active battle for the most laps led bonus, which is 5 points. Unchanged from last season, but you can only get 1 point from leading a lap in this point system. Mr. Kill, no. Though going to the bottom lane. Looks like Raccoon's going to commit down there as well. And then this pack of cubes really can't do much of anything. Unfortunate for those guys that started up front, like Belawetta and Whimsicott, who fell back quite a bit. Ooh, very bold block by the 56 of Suncube. He's going to have the momentum, though. Can he get past Packmobile out of turn number 4? He's right on the back bumper of the 97. Ooh, wow. Got squished up the track there. Now Suncube's going to be stuck behind the 08 of Sisyphus, who is probably slower from having that whatever damage he got. So that's going to be huge for Suncube. Or actually worse for Suncube. But now Mr. Kill's going to get ahead of him. Looks like Raccoon is as well. Followed up by Gun. Looks like Sad Knuckles and Bowser are doing just fine in this draft. Now Heihachi actually gets shuffled out in the back of this pack. And now the 11 of Pac is the leader of this group. 3 wide in the back here a little bit. Actually, they are still 3 wide with Baguette, Space Cube, and Hedgerton. Look at this beautiful creature. This is my greatest creation. My favorite emoji of all time is now a field filler, and I'm very proud of this. There's just so much godlike emotion in this image alone. It's perfection. Funny enough, all the top 3, all are submitters from CGB, so all 3 of them, all representing one side. And then behind, actually Sad Knuckles is actually making up a decent amount of position as well, as the rest of the field fillers in front of him are all a lap down, actually except for Gun. So he's now up to 6th, I believe. Yes, he is. Raccoon trying to pass Mr. Kill for 2nd. He's going to get past him here. Yeah, these lap cars especially are going to be a big issue for our leaders to try and actually get around and get to Packmobiles. Now Gun goes to 2nd place, and actually a correction. Gun did actually win a race last season. It was just later in the season. Packmobile was winless last season, so a win here at Daytona would be huge for him especially. And there's your previous race winner, Galaga, in the 16. Ranked 21st right now, actually 23rd. Not too bad. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier in the race, Daytona is like the tamest super speedway we have, because the AI just likes to run very nice to each other here. Like, not counting the one time last year where we had that wreck coming to pit road that took out both Bloodclot and Sheepmobile, but that we can ignore that, because yeah, that was just the AI being dumb on that part. But this race has been pretty clean so far. We're only an hour in, and we're already with less than 20 laps to go. But like I mentioned, still 1 cycle of pit stops left, as Sad Knuckles is now in 2nd. Heihachi back up to 3rd. He is menacingly making his way back up to the front of the field. Bowser's up here as well. Gun is now falling further back as they're going 3 wide between Raccoon, Mr. Kill, and Suncube. Sonk. Dragonite also in this pack as they shuffle out the 2 lap cars of U-Haul and Goob. Packmobile is just having the run of his life right now. If he can continue to hold off the rest of these leaders for just a couple more laps, he will take the most laps led bonus away from Heihachi. But Heihachi's just lurking back there in third, waiting to take it away. Sad Knuckles now trying to make a move on the inside line, but he's not going to have enough momentum. And Packmobile's going to go to the bottom. That's going to give both of those two a much better chance to actually try and pass him here, but it all just really depends on how they pit coming up to the lap, or with 90 laps in the race. Because around 10 to go is when they'll start pitting again. Or they may try and stretch it to the end of this race. But especially the fuel consumption especially is worse when you're in front of the draft. Because you're in clean air, but you're the only one out there, so you're getting the most drag on your car. That's some sim racer knowledge for you right there. But when you're all alone, you get less fuel. You get more fuel consumption, but it's better on your engine. But when you're behind someone for so long, it's worse on your engine, but better on your fuel consumption. The more you know, I suppose. But a big upset win for either Sad Knuckles or Heihachi, who both did pretty terrible in qualifying and in final practice overall. So showing some speed early here today. Maybe it could show some speed for them for the rest of the season. Who knows? But our next race is Auto Club, which had the big one last year. So that one is going to be an interesting race to watch for sure. Mr. Kill trying to find a lane to go to. Say, hey, Hachi now gets to the inside lane, trying to get past Sad Knuckles, but he's got no help behind him. But now Tram in the 42, who is a lap down, maybe trying to help out Heihachi to get to the front. Could do a little bit of trolling there. As right now, Raccoon has been shuffled out to 10th. Oh wow, what a dart by Raccoon. But now I think this pack further back here is too far back to make any significant impact towards the end of this race. They're going to have to settle for their positions even after the pit stops, unless they manage to stretch it to the end, which is possible, but I don't really see any of these guys making it to the end on fuel, except for the 00 of Goob. That's the only one I know. Actually, and Cold Steel as well. But the thing is, Cold Steel is 2 laps down. He literally cannot win the race, even if he does make it to the end on fuel. He will get one of his laps back, for sure, but he cannot win the race because he is 2 laps down. But now Packmobile has taken away the most laps led bonus from Heihachi in the 34. And right now he's having the run of his life right now. The most dominating race he's probably ever had, as I don't think he's led any more than 20 laps in a race prior. Last season, he just was not up front at all last season. But now, considering he had an engine failure last time he ran at this track, I believe he finished last. And now he's looking to redeem himself. But now Heihachi making aggressive moves to the bottom. Packmobile has to go down to block, but that 34 is there. Coming to 10 laps to go pretty soon. That's going to be the pit window. So it all just depends on who pits first and who doesn't make it to the end on fuel. And who doesn't make it to the end on fuel. And short pitting is probably the best thing you would want to do right now, so hopefully they roll high on the strategy RNG, which is a real thing in this game. I would know for sure. The AI loves to roll strategy RNG stuff. And now Heihachi going for the lead. Once again, he's going to have Bowser on the inside lane following him. Dragonite as well on the bottom, with help from the 45 of Raccoon, as it looks like all the field fillers have been swapped out. Yep, Goob, Goob, Sisyphus, and U-Haul all have been shuffled out. Tram is the only one that's making some headway. But Heihachi's back out front as Packmobile gets shuffled out. Here comes Bowser in the 85, who has not led a single lap in this race up till now. almost had a run on the 34 there, but he did not get there in time. Let's see if he can make it to the end here with the amount of time that he's got. And hopefully he can make it to the end on fuel. Maybe stretch his fuel to the end. I don't know when he pitted last time. I can probably check real quick. Oh, it's hard to tell with how much text is on this, but yeah, it's pretty much impossible to tell. I believe Bowser was one of the cubes that pitted around the middle of the pit cycle, so I wouldn't say his chances of getting to the end on fuel are high. But now we're within 10 laps to go. We're within the fuel window. How are any of these cubes going to make it to the end? I don't think many of them will, but if any of them can stretch to the end, that'd be a miracle on itself. But this pack especially has been the star of the show. Ha, pun intended for the actual pack right here. But this pack of cubes in general has just been the star of the show all day after our first round of pit stops. But Heihachi has been very dominant. Pac-Mobile has been very dominant. So has Sun Cube when he's been out front. And so has Mr. Kill and Raccoon and Dragonite have all been dominant out front trying to get to the end of this race. Dragonite making moves with Pac-Mobile, making it 3 wide for second place here. He's trying to get back up out front before they have to pit. Even if they do pit, we don't even know if they will come down pit road. But Pac-Mobile getting some help from Mr. Kill. Can he get past Heihachi before they eventually have to come down pit road? All the field fillers have been cycled out to the back of the pack. Sad Knuckles is the only one that has to pass a field filler, and that is Tram, so he's going to have to shuffle himself out to the bottom lane. Mr. Kill fell off a little bit coming out of that corner. 8 laps to go. None of them have committed to pit road just yet. No one's short pitting, so who knows if they'll actually will make it to pit road or not. Or actually, who knows if they will come at all. Yeah. But both of our cubes who have led the most laps this race, 17 and 17 each, is Pac-Mobile going for the lead again, and now Raccoon going to the bottom to try and help him get up there. 2 Season 1 veterans versus 2 Season 2 rookies trying to win the race here at Daytona. And Suncube in the 56, Dragonite in the 23. Oh, Pac-Mobile, what are you doing? Don't go up the top to block. You gotta go to the bottom. They're now 3 wide as Raccoon is now in the middle lane. Heihachi got very close to hitting the wall there. I don't think anyone has committed to pit road just yet in general, as now Pac-Mobile goes way down the bottom to block off Suncube. Dragonite and Gun and Goob also on the bottom, but Goob is not in the play for the win. He's a lap down, so he cannot do much here. The 3 of Shadows on pit road. He is not going to make it to the end on fuel. So Haruhi's on pit road. Haruhi and Shadow both on pit road. Is anyone in this lead pack going to commit? Ooh, U-Haul is committing to pit road, but he's a lap down, so it doesn't matter. Daisy's on pit road, getting a splash of fuel. Whimsicott's on pit road as well. And this is the moment where you sit back and just hope that you can make it to the end on the gas tank you have. As none of the cubes in this lead pack have committed to pit road just yet. 93 is in. 26 is in. Oh, looks like a lot of guys are coming on now, as the One Piece has also come down. Looks like a lot of guys going to the bottom lane. Is anyone going to commit this time? No, none of these leaders are going to commit. No, Bowser's committing. Bowser's on pit road. Our first member of the lead pack to commit and come down. 5 laps to go. Looks like Among Us and the One Piece have pitted. Bowser is in. Sheepmobile is in. Air Traffic Cone is also in. So it's basically all of these guys, I believe, who have yet to pit. Looks like Space Cube is also not yet pitted. Klonoa is in. Rotoad is in. So is Sheepmobile. So is the 01. And Packmobile is coming down pit road. So is Gun and Mr. Kill and Gun and Sad Knuckles. Heihachi, Dragonite, and Raccoon are staying out. But will these guys come down to pit road? These are the 3 leaders who have not yet pitted. Everyone else back to Space Cube, I think. Yeah, everyone up to Space Cube. Or everyone up to the 17 of Toasto have not yet pitted. So we could have a surprise winner at the end of this race if someone in that top 12 doesn't come down towards the end of this event. And that includes 16 of the racer, actually now known as Galaga. He could win again. Hubris is also in the top 10 as well. Toasto, Heihachi, and Raccoon now coming to the pit road. Dragonite is staying out with 3 laps to go. '66 of Grimnir Nation also on pit road as well. There's a bunch of guys now in the back of the pack. But Dragonite is still your leader. Can he stretch it to the end on fuel? With 3 laps to go at Daytona, that is approximately 7.5 miles, so it's doubtful, but since he is staying out for so long, he might actually be able to keep it if he pits on the last lap. He is 12 seconds ahead of second place, who is the 06 of, I believe that's Hedgerton. Yes, that is him right here. That is Hedgerton. Dragonite's still not pitting. 3 laps to go. This is the time. This is what Dragonite needs right now. He needs to conserve enough fuel that he can get to the end of this race. Toasto is in. The 16 of the racer is in. So is Hubris. So is McQueen. He is the only cube that has yet to pit. And if he does... Actually, no, Hedgerton pitted as well. So if... I believe the leader will be Heihachi. Wherever he is. Well, that was not important to figure out what that is. As Dragonite is now on pit road. Looks like he's not going to make it to the end on fuel. Coming to 2 laps to go. Where is the leader? There he is. He's in this lead pack with Packmobile, Mr. Kill, Raccoon, and Songcube. But I believe since Dragonite pitted late, and he did cross the line, he will be able to rejoin this pack and potentially still win this race. But Packmobile has to do something big here. The 16 of Galaga has an engine problem. And he's not going to finish this race under power, I don't think. So unfortunate for the last winner of this race. Dragonite is now coming out of pit road. He is in turn 2. And here comes Heihachi and the rest of the leaders. They might actually pass him before he gets back on track. So Dragonite may have pitted a little bit too late. A little bit too early. Yeah, it looks like they are going to pass him. Here comes Mr. Kill trying to go for a pass for the lead. Coming to the white flag this time by on this next lap. Who's going to win the first race? They all go way up the track to get around Dragonite. Heihachi's got a bit of an advantage here, but Mr. Kill has a lot of momentum. He's going to get help from Songcube. White flag, last lap at Daytona. Who is going to win it here today? Is Heihachi going to lead himself to victory, or is Mr. Kill or Packmobile or anyone else behind him going to get to him and pass him for the win? Mr. Kill's got a little bit of momentum coming out of turn 2. He's got to get a lot of draft here. Heihachi has been really good at blocking all race. But Mr. Kill's got an amazing run. Suncube goes to the bottom lane. So does Mr. Kill. They're going to be 3 wide in turn 3 for the win. Suncube to the bottom. He's going to take it away from both Mr. Kill and the 34 of Heihachi. And Packmobile's got a good run as well. Coming to the line for the final time, it's going to be the 56 of Suncube that wins the opener at Daytona. In a remarkable last lap pass 3 wide. He does it. What a move by the 56 to win the first race of the season. And Packmobile will have the most laps led bonus of this race. But that's the kind of performance you'll see at super speedways. You'll see good shit like that. There's your full results. And this will be the first export of the season. Actually, let me change this. There we go. And SunCube is your first winner of the 20 races we have this season here at Daytona. Mr. Kill, Packmobile, Heihachi, Raccoon, Gun, Dragonite, Sad Knuckles, Bowser, and Hedraton are your top 10. And what a race that was for an opener. Coming down to fuel mileage and just whoever was best overall. And unfortunate for Galaga, who was going to finish 40th after that one. So that is the end of the first race of the season. There won't be any more races this week, unfortunately. But next week, we'll come back at you next Monday. Actually, no, not next Monday. Next Tuesday, I believe, for Auto Club, which will be fun. Yeah, Bowser got 9th. That was a good run for him. But thank you all for tuning in for the first race of the season. We'll be back at you next week for Auto Club Speedway. But until then, I will see you another time.